Greetings, travelers, and welcome to Geronimo Draws. In this video, I would like to discuss Leonidas at Thermopylae by Jacques-Louis David from 1814. As Napoleon's power grew, David increasingly allied himself with his success, until finally, when Napoleon crowned himself emperor in 1804, David was appointed first painter to the royal court. And like many of David's works, his painting of Leonidas is of the neoclassical style, featuring imagery of heroism and sacrifice. It depicts the legendary Spartan king Leonidas from 480 BC, who would perish with 300 soldiers at Thermopylae, where they were vastly outnumbered by the Persian army of Xerxes. The Persian Empire occupied most of the known world and sought to invade Athens. When word of the oncoming army reached Greece, it became apparent that the approaching Persian force was significantly larger than the combined Greek forces, so they retreated southward to find a better location for battle. Eventually, Leonidas chose to make his stand at a place called Thermopylae. At Thermopylae, the road became a narrow pass that was bordered by steep mountains on one side and the sea on the other, so the Persian army would become vulnerable as they had to march in a narrow line. While death was inevitable, Leonidas's goal was to prevent the Persian army from sailing down the coast towards Athens and give other Greek city-states enough time to evacuate. In this painting, Leonidas maintains a statuesque stillness, lost in contemplation of his soldiers' impending sacrifice. Unlike the other warriors in the painting, Leonidas is calm and aware of what is coming. At the same time, he is ready. His right foot is on the ground, and his sword is not in the scabbard. In his left hand, he is holding his mighty shield and spear. The Spartans around him rush to gather their weapons. It conjures thoughts of sacrifice and fatalism. The figures themselves are idealized, muscular, representing the heroic nude of ancient Greek and Roman statues. This is a concept to describe the use of nudity in classical sculpture, to show figures who are heroes, deities, or semi-divine beings. At the top right corner, there are two trumpeters who are signaling that the enemy is approaching. David utilizes these trumpeters to give a sense of action to the composition and urgency. We also see Greek citizens escaping the battlefield up the mountain, symbolizing the citizens that were forced to flee due to the Persian invasion. Looking behind Leonidas, in the top left, is a soldier on a rock. The soldier is using the pommel of his sword to carve an inscription. Quote, "Go tell the Spartans, thou who passest by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie." End quote. We also find another inscription on an altar, right behind the warrior who is tying his sandal. Inscribed is the name of Heracles, or Hercules. According to the writings of the Greek historian Herodotus, it was believed that King Leonidas had ancestral ties to Heracles. It is important to note that David is painting this work when the European powers allied themselves against Napoleon, seeking to topple his empire. David is associating Leonidas's courageous stand with that of Napoleon, who would later be defeated at the Battle of Waterloo. David's Leonidas at Thermopylae, like the historic battle, is a symbol of heroic persistence against seemingly impossible odds, while also demonstrating David's loyalty to a soon-to-be toppled emperor. Thank you for watching.